see Kali today. So for sure, there will be a couple of lion's breath exercises, no, with the tongue out. Tongue is a very important part of the body. It's in Chinese medicine, all the meridians connect to here. And you can press your tongue up into the roof of your mouth. There's a point you can also use a finger, but with the tongue, it's easier. And it actually helps balance your brain. And so if you have like scoliosis or a lot of disequilibrium, I want to say, unbalance in your body, press this point and it helps reset. So when you practice yoga, you can work with your tongue, either being very relaxed in your mouth or intentionally pressing up, depending on what you want to achieve. When you go to Bali and you see people's homes, they look like a Kali temple, because the Kali temple has this fierce goddess on the outside, no? And Kali worshippers are some of the few that are still left that offer blood sacrifices to their goddess, not people, but chickens and sheep and stuff. In Bali, you see people too in their homes. They have these masks outside, no, or these angry. Then you go inside, and inside it's beautiful. And so Kali is this energy, you know, of this scary goddess. That when you get to know her, she's actually very soft. And I was just at a retreat this weekend where the shaman a few times had to be very strong with people and really break them in a way, you know, and say things that are maybe not so nice, but from a place of love. Because if you're here and you want to practice yoga and you want to grow, then some of your ego needs a slap in the face sometimes, and need to crack a hole in your skull for the light to come in. When I first started with yoga and discovered things in India, Kali was my goddess for years, because I thought this is how a goddess should be, not like a pretty Barbie who's just smiling and singing nice songs. No, like a real goddess needs to be fierce, strong, a protector, no? And a mother needs to be like that, and a sister and a daughter sometimes. So let's see if we find a way of sitting where we can meditate on the energy of Kali. You can close your eyes. And then see if you, for a little moment, just imagine that your skin is black. Kali means the black one, the dark one. And see if you imagine for a moment that outside of yourself, you have this fierce energy, this protective bubble that protects the beauty and the radiance of your soft heart. And connecting to the energy of Kali, they say, is when you need change in your life, you ask Kali, because she is the goddess of change. And Kali is going to get you that change. She's going to get you what you want, and she's not going to, I was going to use the F word, she's not going to mess around. She's going to do it as quickly as possible. So when you ask Kali, you need to be really sure that you know what you want, because you'll get it, and you'll get it the shortcut way. So imagine now that you're looking into a mirror, looking into your own eyes, and asking yourself, what is it that you're afraid to see? We all have parts of us that are less than perfect. The only way we can bring them into the light is by acknowledging that they're there. It's time that you recognize your shadows to understand why these shadows are, the purpose that they had, and if they're still needed or if it's time to let them go. In this class today, I invite you to work on the limiting beliefs that you're holding on to that prevent you from reaching your higher truth. Today, we're going to shake our bodies. We might make some noises to clear out your house, to let go of the things that are not working, and to really find that way of being pleasurable with yourself. Today is a good day to free the parts of you that you've suppressed and to step into your wild nature, your wild feminine, to experience the enlightenment of the dark one, the one they call Kali. Then I'm going to ask you to slowly transition into child's pose on your back. So if you lay down and hug your knees to your chest, we'll start there. I'm going to get you to stay here for about a minute. So see if you can soften your belly, soften your thighs, and bring your thighs closer to your belly little by little. You take your time. See if you bring your knees to touch. Now you're going to feel sensations in your groin that might be a little bit more intense on the insides of your thighs, but see if you press your knees towards one another. Maybe you can even have your hands holding each elbow. So it's a really tight little squeeze. Try not to lift your butt off the floor. Try to keep your lower back firmly planted. Give yourself a few more breaths. From here, I'm going to get you to say yes 15 times. Bring your head up, bring your nose towards your knees. And then as you exhale, bring your head back down. Tap your head slowly towards the floor and then up, back again. Try to keep your face relaxed. You can keep your eyes closed. There's nothing exciting to look at yet. Just working into some strength as well in your neck to hold up your head. You can feel your muscles activating. I'm going to get you to do your last 4. And as you get to your last 1, hold your head here, nose towards your knees, and just count to 5. Lower your head down. Now, see if you widen your knees. Try to bring your knees outside of your shoulders. You can still hold on to them with your arms. We're from here going to lift our head. And then we're going to say no 15 times. So turning your chin towards one shoulder and then to the other shoulder. Slow is better. I really want you to feel everything you're doing and to have control, so we're not just throwing ourselves around, wild and in control at the same time. I really like this idea as well that naturally, where it should be wild, nothing tame was made that way by its own choice. To your last 3. And then lower your head down. So if you lift your head a little bit, just a little bit, pull your chin in towards your throat, and then try to pull your head further away from your shoulders to lengthen your neck for a moment. From here, see if you look for your feet, and let's come into a nice happy baby. Press your feet towards the ceiling, bring your knees towards the floor. Maybe rock a little bit side to side if you like, or a little bit up and down, whatever makes you feel like you're connecting to that child part of you that was wild before you got told how to walk, how to talk, how to sit, how to eat. So many rules to be accepted by other humans, right? See if you connect to that part of you that I really want to use the F word today, like the part of you that just doesn't give a fuck, you know? See if you release your hands and your feet, and let's come into the dead bug. So just shaking your hands and your feet. We're going to be on our hands and our feet, and we just want to release the energy that's trapped in there. So see if you can really let them go. You can imagine you got something sticky stuck on your hands and your toes, and you're trying to shake it off. Stay for a little bit longer, maybe 10 more seconds. See if you can speed it up. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms and legs straight up in the air. Press your hands towards the ceiling. Press your feet towards the ceiling. Hold here. You can bend your knees. See if you bring your knees to about 90 degrees so your feet are on the same level as your knees. Take your arms overhead, palms facing up. And then from here, we're just going to lower one foot and tap the heel to the floor. With your exhale, bring your foot back next to the other one. And then let's go side to side. Let's do a few of these. Keep your belly button pressing in. That's it. And try to keep your shins perpendicular to the floor. So you're keeping this 90-degree angle. One more, and then guess what? We're going to do both feet at the same time. Belly button in, activate your core. Mula bandha, activate your root lock, like you're squeezing your perineum up and in. Slowly lower both your heels. Bring them back. And let's do that a few more times. On your inhale, lower down. Exhale, belly to spine. Pull back up. Do it again. Beautiful, everybody. Let's do 2 more of these. Last one. And see if you slowly take your hands to the back of your thighs. Start to walk yourself up until your shoulder blades are off the floor. Stretch your legs straight and then bring them about 5 centimeters off the floor. Hold your head in your arms, lift your shoulders, chin in towards your chest, point your toes. We'll stay here. I'm going to count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can relax everything down. Give yourself a little moment. We're going to do it one more time. Bring your chin into your chest, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Stretch your hands, palms towards one another, towards your feet. Lift your legs and hold. 5. Beautiful. Let's find Navasana, bent knees or straight legs. Come up. Oh, nice. And I want to go back down. I want to do this 3 times. So back down, almost touching. Navasana. Bent knees or not, you choose. Mula Bandha to hold you. Again, Navasana. Last time, lower down. Navasana, come up. Cross your feet at your ankles and let's come over so we're in tabletop position. Check in that your hands are really wide. Pull your fingers apart. Try to keep your thumbs as far away from your index finger as you can. Press your weight into your index finger knuckle. Check in with your shoulders. Keep your gaze about 10 centimeters in front of your fingers. Press into your toes and then lift your knees and hold them about 1 centimeter off the floor. Again, like 5 little moments. I'm not going to say 5 seconds because I'm not sure, but that's about it. Lower your knees. And do it again. 1, 2, 3. Lift your knees, hold them here. Bring your head through your arms, stick your butt up, and come to downward facing dog. Press into your heels, maybe walk a little bit. Maybe wiggle your bum. Really press your chin into your chest. Shoulder blades out to the sides. You're trying to get wider. You can imagine that you're a piece of dough and somebody's rolling a rolling pin up your legs and down your back. So everything's getting wider, becoming like more like a pancake, no? Exhale, lower your knees almost to touch the floor. Hold. Press back up to downward facing dog. You can walk, you can wiggle, you can be still, you can do whatever you want. We're practicing the wildness, right? One more time, knees almost to your mat. Hold. 5, whatever. 4, 3, 2, 1 to downward facing dog. All right, let's do the opposite. Now I'm going to get you to just lower your right elbow to the floor. Take a breath. Bring it back up. And then let's lower the left elbow. Bring it back up. Almost lower your knees to downward facing dog. Right elbow down. And back up. Left elbow down. And back up. Almost top your knees. Back up. Right elbow. Back up. Left elbow. Back up. Lower your knees all the way down. See if you lift your right arm. Take your right arm out to the side and then swoop it so that your palm is on your lower back. Open the shoulder and see if you can look towards your back. So you're twisting your spine. Nice. Take another breath. Release your right hand. Swoop it slowly forward. Place your right hand down and then guess what? Left side. Inhale, lift your left arm. Swoop it out to the side like a big semicircle. Find your left hand on your lower back. Twist into your shoulder and look behind you towards the left side. Give yourself a moment. Inhale and swoop the arm back towards the front. Lift your knees and hover them just off the mat. Press into downward facing dog, just like that. Now find your right hand and look for your left ankle. Use your nose to check if you put deodorant on this morning. Just kidding, but look over under your left arm. And release. Bring your right hand to the floor. Take your left hand to your right ankle. Look underneath your right armpit. And release and come back. Bring your knees down. Now let's lift the right leg. Take it straight back and hold. Lift your left arm and hold. Open your leg and your arm to each side. Try to hold your arm and your leg straight from your hip and your shoulder. And slowly come back, forward and back. Release your hand, lower your knee. With your inhale, lift your left leg. No, sorry, your right leg. Left leg this time. There we go. Oof, ooh. And then as you're inhaling, reach your right arm up and hold. Open to the side and hold. So you're keeping your foot straight out to the side from your hip, hands straight out from your shoulder. Come back. And bring your hands down. Lift your knees, hover them off the floor. Press your head through your arms, come to downward facing dog. So if you bring your right hand to your lower back. 1, 2. Yes. And change arms. Release. Hover your knees for a little moment. And then lower your knees all the way down. So if you lift your right leg, bend your right knee and try to push your heel into your bum. Extend your legs straight again. Bend and bring it towards your bum. Lift your left arm, reach it forward, swoop it around the side, and then look for your right foot, your right ankle, maybe your right foot's big toe. Press your foot into your hand, arch your back. Try to bring your foot as high as you can. Beautiful. Give yourself another breath. And release. Hand forward, foot back. Lower your hand, lower your knee. With your next inhale, lift your left leg. And next inhale, lift your right arm. Oh, I forgot. Let's put the hand back down. Sorry, I missed a little step here. Bend the knee, bring your knee to or your foot towards your bum. There we go. Hold 1, 2, 3. Extend the leg back. Now bend it again. Now let's lift the right arm. Swoop your arm semicircle around to the back. Look for your foot, your ankle, your big toe. Press your foot into your hand. Arch your back. Left, yes. Still really holding the balance from your core. Belly button in towards your spine. Like you're wearing a really tight belt or you've got a corset on. Hold yourself together. Release your foot. Arm forward. Foot back. Hand down. Knee down. Hover your knees. Bring your chin to your chest. Stick your butt up towards the ceiling and come back to downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lift your right foot up. Try to touch your toes towards the sky. You can open your hip a lot, like you're doing a nice split. Really stretch your leg nice and long. Lift it a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Now lift your left heel, come up on your toes. Try to lift your hips as high as you can. Bring your right knee to your nose. Try to bring your right leg as tightly up towards your chest as you can. Step your right foot forward towards your hands. See if you have both your legs straight, both feet flat, nose towards your right knee. Give yourself a little moment. Straighten your leg, Anna Maria. Yes. Oh, it shakes so good. That's the wild side wants to come out. No, it's like shaking. Let me loose. Bend your right knee. See if you relax your torso onto your thigh. Start to release your hands from the floor. Press into your feet. Squeeze your bum. Activate your Mula Bandha. Belly button to spine. As you exhale, unfurl to come up to a straight body. With your inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers. Palms towards the sky. Press up. Slowly release your arms behind your back. Again, interlace your fingers. See if you press your palms towards one another. Really squeeze them together. Open your heart. Stay here for a little bit longer. 2, maybe 3 breaths. Bend your front knee more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Stretching out the calf on the back leg. You can feel it. As you exhale now, bring your right ear to the inside of your right knee. Bring your arms with you. Try to bring them to the floor overhead. Take another little breath. Slowly release your hands down towards the floor. Press into your hands. See if you can lift your right foot up rather than pull it back. So lift it up and then slide it back towards the ceiling. All the way up. Stretch it nice and big. Now bend your knee and bring your right foot towards your left shoulder for a little scorpion. Just a little more hip opener, a little bit more hip opener, a little bit more hip opener, a little bit more. Open more. Yes, beautiful. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your right wrist and your right foot towards your left wrist for a little pigeon. See if you come all the way down, and we can just fidget a little bit here. Maybe it's always getting in, no? Beautiful. Take your hands to the sides of your mat, cupcake hands. Keep your palms lifted, be on your fingertips. Exhale, heart leads the way. And on the inhale, the back of the heart pulls you up. You can imagine you're really moving through your wings. So your shoulder blades really want to be involved in this. Let's do this a few more times, maybe 4 or 5 more breaths. Take your time with your breath. Use slow breathing. Beautiful. And then let's stay all the way down for 4 or 5 breaths as well. You can rest your forehead. If you want to, you can take your arms straight forward. You can have your hands as a little pillow for your head. Wherever you are is perfect. Space in the hips is more space for you to grow. I always think about it as flowers in a pot, no? That sometimes we need to change the pot because the roots are getting too big for the pot. There's no more space for soil. It's the same with the hips. When we got very tight hips, there's just no space to move. Slowly lift yourself up onto your hands and then see if it's possible for you. Let's see where we can get. Maybe to place a hand on a knee and the other hand on the foot. Shoulder blades towards one another. Start to lean back a little bit. If it feels okay here, stay here. If you feel like you could do more, lift your left foot and see if you can bring it towards you. See if you can take your left hand and look for your left foot. Come into a little bit more of a king pigeon. Beautiful. If it's okay, you can hook your elbow around your foot. Slowly release. Now I'm going to get you to just bring your hands to the left side of your mat. Walk your left knee in a little bit. Press into your left toe. Lift your right knee. We're going to now very slowly, with control, put the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So press into your hands, press into your left foot, lift your right leg and step it to the side. Beautiful. Last thing here on the right side, we're going to do a little airplane. So take your right arm, reach it to the side, take your left arm and hold it to the left side, and then hold yourself here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is intense. We love it. Give yourself another 2 breaths and go. No fear. Beautiful. Release your hands and your arms. Bring your hands down to your mat and step your right foot back. Downward facing dog for a breath. As you exhale, hover your knees off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your knees all the way. And then let's just take a little moment in child's pose just to go, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Hopefully you can feel the difference now in the right hip, the right glute, the right thigh, compared to the left thigh. One feels more awake, maybe. One feels a little bit looser. One feels a little bit warmer. So let's direct our attention to the left side. Come up on your knees. Press your hands with your fingers very wide into your mat. Tuck your toes in. Hover your knees. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Chin to chest. Press your butt up in the air like you're hanging from your tail from the ceiling. Downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lift your left leg. Try to poke your toes into the ceiling. Really lengthen. Lengthen through your right leg. Really open. Almost like you're doing a split. Split. Doesn't that sound like it's going to hurt? I'm trying to split myself in half. No. Lift your right heel. Really come up on your tippy toes. Split, 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 split. Left knee towards your nose. Keep your thigh as close to your body as you can. Lift your chest. Step your left foot forward. And then press into straight legs, knee, nose to knee. And hold. Bend into your left leg. Press your torso into your thigh. Press into your feet. How's your mula bandha? Can you feel it? Squeeze your bum a little bit. Activate your glutes. Press your belly button towards your spine. As you exhale, release your hands and start to unfurl from the inside. Use your control to come all the way up. With your inhale, raise your arms over your head. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms up towards the ceiling like you're trying to get a little bit longer somewhere. Beautiful. Slowly bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Puff your chest up. Open, nice and proud. As you exhale, now bring your left ear to the inside of your left knee. Try to bring your hands overhead and try to tap your palms into the floor. We're looking for a nice little pigeon. So just see if you take your left foot up, open through the knee, little scorpion motion to get the hip to go, okay, see, I get it. I know what we're trying to do. Little bit more open, little bit more open, little bit more open. Beautiful. Left knee to your left wrist, left foot to your right wrist. And I'll give you that little self-adjustment time to just figure out, because this side's not the same as the other side, is it? Ever. If you want to, you can stay here, or we can take a few cupcake hands, breathing in and out, taking your time with your breath too. Slow your breath down. Everything, once you come off your yoga mat, it's like you know those things in the airport? It's like like one of those things that move, that you walk and you walk faster, not like an elevator or the escalator, but it's flat. Conveyor belt, right? Come off your yoga mat. It's like you step onto the conveyor belt of everything just goes so fast. We breathe fast and we are becoming shallow. So here on the yoga mat is the time to go deep and slow it down. So if you rest yourself forward over now, give yourself a few moments just to go, oh, okay, I'm here. I don't need to go anywhere. I can handle being with myself, even though it hurts. It's painful. Or maybe not. Maybe you love it. Maybe there's a little bit of a masochist inside of you. Slowly start to walk your way up. Hand on foot, hand on knee. So if you squeeze your shoulder blades together again, squeeze your bum a little bit, belly button in, that nice little corset feeling. Hold yourself together. If it feels okay here, stay here. If it's like, I can do more, then lift your right foot. Now you see, for me here, I'm so tight on the left side that I start to lift, but really I want to make sure I keep my hips low. Once you lift your right foot, you can look for your right foot with your right hand. Maybe give yourself a little pull. Try to keep your hips in alignment. So don't start opening the right hip. Keep the right hip next to the left hip. Beautiful. You're also tighter on this side. Huh? It's okay. So let's stay for another 2 breaths just to even it out. And then we let go, and it's almost like we think it's going to get nicer, but then we're going to do this airplane. So walk your right knee in, press into your right toe. Slowly lift your left leg, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Take your left arm and reach it underneath your left thigh. Hold your right arm out to the side and stick your tongue out like Kali and go. Yes. Last one. Hands down. Try to lift your left foot up and then step it back. Send it back up towards the sky. Take a nice little moment to reach your legs out. And then lower your left foot. Knees down. Tuck your toes back. Let's do child's pose this time with the knees a little bit more open so we can kind of bring our chest down between our thighs. I don't mind where you put your hands by your feet, on your back, or in front of your head. Maybe 3 or 4 more. Really slow, really deep breaths. I would like to work a little bit on the side body now, and I know that generally people don't like it as much. There's like when we look in the mirror, most we look from the front, no, and then looking at our butts, and then sometimes from the side. But let's do a little bit on the side. So if you come up, bring your hands forward, tuck your toes in, find plank. Ready? Press towards your left side, turn your feet towards the left side, lift your right arm, bring your right arm up towards the ceiling, and then take your right arm over your ear. towards your hip. And then circle it down towards the floor and come back to plank. Turn your heels towards the right side. Press into your right arm. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Over your ear. Swoop it towards your hip. And then down towards the floor and come all the way back to plank. Now, in plank, lower your right elbow. Lower your left elbow. Bring your nose between your arms and try to bring your chin into your chest. So we're in a nice dolphin. Why is this one called dolphin? It doesn't look like a dolphin. It's weird. It should be like half downward facing dog. It's got nothing to do with a dolphin. Anyway, as you exhale, hover your knees. 1, 2, 3. Lower your knees. Come back up on your hands. Take your left foot off the mat and spin it so it's just behind you. So you're holding your foot behind your knee. Extend your right leg straight. Take your right arm up towards the ceiling. Press your fingers towards the ceiling. Beautiful, everybody. Now, right arm over your ear. Towards your hip. And then lift your right leg. Yes. Take your right knee and bend it. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee and press your right knee up towards the ceiling. Hold for 5 breaths. Like we're doing hands here. So you're opening the hip. So hip, 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 hooray. Focus class is a hip class. There we go. Let's slowly extend the leg back out. Slowly lower your foot. Take your arm overhead and come back to all fours. Now, spin your right foot off your mat. Press into your toes. Take your left leg and extend it straight. Press into your right arm. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Over your head. Lift your left leg. Bring your right hand towards your hip. Bend your left knee. Sorry, this is the left hand, isn't it? Left hand goes on the inside of the knee and then try to open. So you're really pressing the knee towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Release your knee, lower your foot. Slowly take your arm back overhead and come back to all fours. Press into your hands, lift your knees, hover them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin to chest, downward facing dog. So obviously, it's not that obvious maybe, but to me it is. There's going to be wild thing and there's going to be goddess pose. Now, what I want to know by popular vote in the room is which one do we do first, wild thing or goddess pose? Huh? Wild thing makes sense now that we... Sounds fun, right? Okay. So let's get into it from here. So let's start with the left leg. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee and then start to bring your left foot behind you. And you want to create a triangle from your right hand, your right foot, and your left foot. So somewhere where they create an equal distance. Press into your right hand. Lift your hip and then see if you can turn your hips and your belly up towards the sky. Open your heart. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. We are aiming to have this leg straight. Yes, 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 yes. Squeeze your bum. Beautiful. 10 more minutes. Yeah, I'm just going to go buy a coffee. Just kidding. Can you come back as elegantly and as slowly as you went into it? So start to spin around, lifting your left leg. Left hand comes down. And then take your left leg and reach it underneath. You want to spinning on your right foot. Reach it underneath. And then another little wild thing, just because. Beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. And slowly come back. Downward facing dog. Hover your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your knees. Child's pose. Maybe just squeeze and release your hands a few times. Oh, woohoo! Ready? It's a wild thing. It's a wild thing. Come back up onto your knees. Tuck your toes in. Hover your knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Find that part of you that you worked on in the beginning when we were getting centered, and that said that, you know, you're going to move your body in whatever way. This is the time to be mirrored with yourself. There's nobody else on your yoga mat. This is just about you. Find that wild part. On your inhale, lift your left leg up, bend your knee like a little scorpion movement first. So really open through the hip. And then aim your left foot somewhere to create that nice triangle between your right. Yes. Yes, yes. Anna Maria, you're doing the same side as last time. Beautiful. Can we turn more here so you're aiming your heart up? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. When you're ready, spin back, bring your leg underneath. So you're doing a smaller version as you return. So take the leg through and under. And again, come up. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Slowly come back. Downward facing dog. Hover your knees. And child's pose for 3 or 4 breaths. You can shake your hands. Maybe wiggle your bum a little bit. Maybe you just shake everything. Are we ready now? Let's go into Goddess. Slowly come up onto your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes in and then see if you come back to sitting on your heels. And see if you take your right foot and step it forward. Lower your hips all the way down. Take your arms and reach them overhead. And see if you turn towards the left side, lift your left knee and come into Goddess. Beautiful. Tuck your tail in like you're trying to bring your vagina closer to your belly button. Spine straight, arms into cactus, so 90 degrees. Beautiful. Open your knees a little bit more. Try to press more into the outer edges of your feet. Yes, 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 yes. All right, ready? Tongue out and go. Beautiful. Again. One more time. And then lift both your heels and hold. Yes, 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 yes. Good. One more time. Lower your heels. Bring your hands to your knees. And then see if you bring your left shoulder over towards your right knee. And hold here and twist. And come back up. Right shoulder to your left knee. 1, 2, 3. Come back up. Take your arms and reach them right overhead. Lift your heels. I'm going to make you hold it for 5 more breaths. I want you to remember me when you stand up and sit down for the next week. You know, there's only classes on Mondays now. Last one. Tongue out. Stretch your legs straight. Turn your feet so that they're parallel. And then just let yourself give a little hangout moment. Do we need to put the fans? Or it's okay? Fan? Little bit of fun. I like it. I like to have fans. From here, see if you bring both your hands towards your right ankle, grab hold of your right ankle, squeeze your knees in, pull your thighs up toward your hips, nose toward your knees. Stay here for 2 breaths. Then keep hold with your left hand, but take your right arm up, press your fingers towards the sky, and see if you can pull yourself more towards the right side. So twist into it more. Beautiful. Yes. And release. Nose to knee again. Slowly come over to your left ankle, nose towards your left knee. And then hold on with your right hand, take your left arm and find the ceiling. Twist as much as you can, really open everything as much as you feel. And slowly lower your hand back, nose to knee. And then slowly come back towards the center. So if you take your arms and start to bring your hands down, walk forward until your heels lift off your mat. Once your heels start lifting, come forward like you're doing a wide-legged plank. And then we're going to turn our feet towards the left, lower our right hip down towards the mat, and twist and look over the left shoulder. So it's a nice opening for the twist, the twist in the hip, that spine and the hip. Beautiful. Press yourself back to center, tuck your toes back in, bring yourself back up to a downward facing dog. Maybe you can bring your heels down, bring your chin towards your chest, look at your belly button, widen your shoulders. Again, imagine somebody's using a rolling pin over your back and you're just getting wider and flatter. Inhale and come forward towards your plank. Lift your heels. Turn your heels towards the left side. Lower your left hip and look over your right shoulder. Beautiful, everybody. Slowly come back. Spin on your feet, chin to chest. In this wide downward facing dog situation. Start to walk your hands in now towards your feet and then take your hands all the way to the other side of your mat. Turn your thumbs toward your face, your fingers away. Use your biceps to pull yourself in and under and try to look on the other side of your bum. Just check if you can get your head through the other side of your legs. Must have your belly soft. You won't be able to do it. It's not a abdomen exercise. It's the opposite. Soft belly, strong arms. Slowly release. See if you come all the way up towards the flat back. Press into your feet. Squeeze your knees in, hold your thighs, and then let's take our arms and hold them straight out in front. Take your arms out to the sides and behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Puff your chest as you fold this time. See if you can bring your knuckles to the floor over your head. Stay here for the last 3 breaths. Bend your knees. Pull from your hands and bring yourself back up. See if you open your chest a little bit extra with the hands together behind you. Slowly release your arms. Bring your hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet back together. And you can turn back towards the short end of your mat. We're going to do a standing twist. Press into your right foot. Lift your left knee towards your chest. Extend your legs straight, hold it. Lift a little bit higher. Oh, good. Bend your knee back. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Take your left arm behind, look towards your thumb behind you. Twist as much as you can. Beautiful. Relax your shoulders down. And come back towards the front. Now just give your knee a little squeeze. And then from here, take your hands back to your hips. Hold your legs straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your left leg down. Press into your left foot. Bring your right knee up towards your chest. Extend your legs straight. 5, 4. Lift a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. And bend your knee. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Take your right hand behind. Twist. Yes. One more breath in. As you come back to the front, grab hold of your knee. Help yourself hit your hip a little bit higher. Hands to your hips. Take your leg in front and hold it. 5, 4. Lift a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And then lower your leg slowly down. Come to the front end of your mat. Turn your feet out to the sides a little bit. Slowly sit yourself down through a squat. I'll give you 3 or 4 more breaths just to release your lower back. And slowly lean back. You can use your hands if you need, or you can practice without. Find your bum on the floor. Start to roll all the way back. We're going to try to get our feet over our head and tap the floor. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palm to palm, and then wiggle your way to get your shoulders closer so you really come into a shoulder stand. Now bring your hands to your back. Walk your hands as close up to your ribs as you can. Lift one leg and then the other one. Shoulder stand. Beautiful. Can we be here for like 10 breaths, do you think? Just reversing gravity a little bit. I'm going to bring you more here, 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 here. Yes, good. Beautiful. Squeeze your legs together. Was it last 3 breaths? 3 or maybe 4. As you come out, please come back through plow. And then see if it's possible. If it's not possible, just do your best to shut your ears with your knees. Squeeze your knees around your ears. Let your lower back go. Slowly start to roll back onto your back. We were here when we started our knees hugging nice and close. So let's do full circle and take a little moment. Maybe you have your knees touching. Maybe you're holding on your elbows. Maybe you don't want to do that now. So maybe you have your knees a little bit more parted. Whatever you're doing, just make sure you're choosing your position. Maybe make your way through another happy baby. The hips don't lie. And see if you take your arms overhead, bring your feet towards the floor, and then imagine there's ropes around your hands and your feet, and you're being pulled in opposite directions, and you're just stretching yourself out beyond, your comfort zone. Pull, 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 pull. And then make yourself into a banana. So reach your arms over to one side, reach your legs over to the same side, and really open the side of your body. Again, pull, 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 pull. And Slowly come back to the center, and again, pull yourself up and down. Space, 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 space. Banana to the other side. Bring your feet towards your hands. Bring your hands towards your feet and open the side. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back. Pull everything out. And then slowly do one big circle, 2 half circles. Bring your hands down towards your hips. Keep your palms facing up. And then just kind of wobble walk your shoulders in a little bit closer so you lift your chest. Palms up. Bring your thumbnails into the floor. Keep your hands maybe 10, 15 centimeters away from your hips. Wobble walk your shoulders in. Puff your chest. And then see if you can lift your spine a little bit off the floor. So you're on your bum and your shoulders, but your spine is allowing its natural curve. Relax your feet out to the side. Close your eyes. Ishvara Pranidhana. Surrender now and allow the mystery of the divine. So in today's class, we've worked with the energy of Kali or Kali Ma. Kali is known as the goddess of destruction, change, and ecstasy. Because you can't be ecstatic unless you untame your wild, huh? See anybody being tame who's in ecstasy? Yesterday I went to an ecstatic dance, and it's just so beautiful to see all these people without taking any substances, just releasing their wild and stomping on the dirt and dancing without ego. Allow yourself to just melt your ego a little bit, melt your face and all the masks that you put on, you know, all the fake smiles and all the times when you want to show an emotion but you don't. Just allow your face to become that resting bitch face. No need to be pretty, no need to try, no need to make anybody like you right now. Just you with yourself. Relax your shoulders. Soften your belly. Let go of your backpack. Feel the energy move up and down, in and out. Kali is the energy that we connect with when we are in a time of radical rebirth. Kali is fierce. She's erratic. She's untamed. She's that part of you that you're afraid of, that you're afraid to give control to, because you don't know where that part will take you. Kali is here to destroy the disillusion and to bring you face to face with your darkest shadows. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because she wants you to learn to truly love yourself. Kali is the one who kills the ego that creates the boundary between you and your highest self. Kali is a demon slayer. Kali is the ecstasy experienced in an orgasm, in a meditation, in bold self-expression, or in childbirth. Kali comes to you now in this time of deep liberation as you are ready to step into the truer form of yourself. Trust the process. Release your limitations. Allow yourself to merge and become one with the bliss that you are. I'm going to give you a minute and a half more. Use that time. See if you start to breathe a little bit more consciously. Bring your breath all the way down. And from down there, whatever comes up, see if you breathe it out. Let it go. Take more air in, take it all the way down. And then whatever comes up, let it go. Slowly feel your arms and your legs. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Maybe move your feet and your hands. When it feels like a right time, you can start to bend your knees. Maybe hug your knees into your chest. Maybe it feels good to bring your knees a little bit side to side. And slowly make your way over to your right side. Give yourself a few more breaths. Fetus position, it's like starting back from the beginning again. Another chance at waking up this Monday. Use your left hand, press into the floor. Slowly make your way up and find your way into a seated position where you can hold the earth down and lift the sky upright. And see if you bring your thumbs towards one another. Take your middle fingers towards one another. Fold the other 3 knuckles of your hands. And then hold this just in front of your heart. I see what I wanted to say, the F word, because this is the Kali Mudra. This is the hands of Kali. And it is sort of saying like, I don't give a F, you know. I'm here to be me and I'm here to live free and all of that. So, taking something from the mat with you into the conveyor belt of the rest of your day. What is it? What did you realize in here? What came? And I'd like to end with 3 rounds of the one of the many Kali mantras. It's Om Shri Kali Ka Ya Namaha. I'll do it one time and then we can do 3 together. Maybe how's that? Om Shri Kali Kaya Namaha. 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 So whatever you need this change for, whatever change you're asking, know that you'll get it and it will happen quickly. Maybe faster than you're ready for. Let's end with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. When you're ready, take a big inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. See if you bring your hands up over your head. Just give yourself a little tap on the top, release the mudra, and then bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. Yeah. 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 That's what I think it's really important because it also does stuff vibrationally to the vagus nerve and stimulates all kinds of things.